Namaste and welcome to SonaliJoshi's astrology channel. I'm recording this and I'm going to put it out for review and view later. If you can join this live chat, it is great, but I understand it's a working day in the United States and it is kind of getting late in India too. But I wanted to get this video out because many of you have asked me how this eclipse is going to affect India, United States, and the relations between those two countries. And the importance of this eclipse will be definitely felt in coming months. And I'm going to focus this video on a few things. Number one is what kind of businesses in India will get lot of recognition as well as lot of profits after this eclipse. Number two, how USA is going to work with India and Indians living in United States. What will be the policies in terms of student visas, in terms of work visas like H1, and how people will get affected in both countries culturally and the diversity. To those of you who are new to astrology, this eclipse is happening in the nakshatra of Revati. Revati is a nakshatra of Mercury. And it is about analysis, it is about teamwork, it is about the computer programming, or it is also about the talent. When Rahu is conjunct Sun and Moon, as if now it appears in the eclipse in horoscope, people are feeling worried about the uncertainty. They are feeling worried about how this will map for them because they don't know how the health is going to be. They don't know how their jobs are going to reward them, or are there any layoffs in the sectors that they are working. And this all kind of uncertainty is happening for various reasons. But when I focus on astrology, it is because of Rahu's presence in the sign of Pisces. Because Pisces is about continuous churning of philosophies, and which will be exactly opposite. And hence, companies will hire people, and at the same time, there are some companies which are going to ask people to let go. Revati predominantly rules the communication sectors, and hence, mobile phones, telecommunications, wireless communications, as well as software programming will be affected after this eclipse. Right now, while I'm talking to you guys, there are some people who are very happy because they have received job offers. Saturn is going to change his position very soon in the nakshatra of Purvabhadra, and Jupiter is going to change his position in the Taurus sign next month. And these two things are all going to add to the policies that are governed after this eclipse. I welcome all of you who are here to watch this live chat. Feel free to type the questions if you have any. I will answer them in the order that I receive. And if I miss any of the questions, the replay of this live chat will be played and I can go back and answer them again. Now, how is the India America policy as far as immigration goes is going to work? Number one, if you are a student in India and you are applying for the student visa, that is F1 visa for United States, coming for undergrad education, or you are coming for postgraduate education, there is the good news for you. US is going to grant as many visas as they can. In fact, the number is going to be really high because the policies are catering towards that. Mercury rules over education, and Jupiter is going to go in the sign of Taurus soon. That means US wants foreign students to come and bring in money for them. The educational institutions are looking for giving the opportunities to all the foreign students and typically the Indian students because they will be joining in various streams starting with IT sector is going to always dominate that. Then the construction sector is going to dominate as the second one. So if you are majoring in mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, or production and instrumentation, you have a high chance to come here for post graduation. Obviously, computer science is the very popular stream, and people who are having IT background or technology background are always interested in pursuing their higher education here or even the undergrad education. If you are an undergraduate student applying for various streams, the concentration is going to be more towards interdisciplinary. So, people who are interested in biochemistry or biomedical engineering, then people who are interested in understanding how the human brain functions. If these are the areas of interest and you are applying in addition to engineering and IT, basic sciences will also seek lot of rise in applications and students coming here because the pharmaceutical sector, biotechnology sector will be hiring lot of people. And those of you who have nakshatras of Ketu in the horoscope, if you have planets in Ashwini, Magha, or Mool nakshatra, you guys are going to be ahead of the curve because you already understand the automation and the application of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence in every field is going to continue. Ketu rules over programming languages and hence Ketu rules over machine language as well. So, machine language learning, if you are into it, want to learn about it, this is a great field to apply to come to United States. As a professional, take this time to start certifications or any education you can take in these fields because these fields are going to dominate for years to come. There will be a lot of construction needed to support this artificial intelligence boom and the alternate energy boom. So if you are into basic sciences like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and civil engineering, you also have high prospects here and as well as back in India because there is a lot of work that will be given back to India as well. Now after China, United States is looking for US as one of the places where they would like to have manufacturing in terms of cell phones or the chips, VLSI related designs that come from India. So there will be different plants that will be started, there will be manufacturing going on, and people who have exposure to these technologies, who have education in these fields, can also get a job back in India as well. It all depends on how you are looking at this eclipse and changing yourself. Usually, people who are doing work that is out of the mainstream will be always rewarded after eclipse. So, you will see a rise of new companies. New companies will be formed which are focused on these areas. India has already started to be the one of the big players in startup industry, and that is going to continue. But typically, focus on these methodologies, these type of education streams, and you will have a lot of good opportunities here as well as back in India. If you consider the horoscope of India and US, it is exactly opposite lagnas. India has Taurus rising, Taurus lagna, Vrishab lagna, and on the other hand, I consider United States to be Scorpio rising. And hence, right from the day these two countries are formed, you have noticed there is a cultural exchange happening. US looks up to India as a country where spirituality is very much practiced. US is always looking for the spiritual knowledge as well as the occult knowledge that is already ahead of the curve since ancient times in India. And India is valued for that. So if you are somebody practicing astrology, Reiki, pranic healing, Ayurveda, or traditional ancient Indian systems of healing, providing peace of mind, and dwelling into spirituality, you will notice big rise into that. And what is the reason? The reason is US is always trying to make up for what is left after running after materialism. People are going for money, more money, higher rewards, and still they do not have peace of mind. Still, sometimes they don't find themselves to have a good night's sleep. And that is where Indian culture comes into picture. So you will notice even more people residing in United States will be going for religious studies. They'll be going for spiritual studies. At least curiosity will be there to try something new in these fields. And they are going to look at India as the authority. India has Taurus rising. So you will notice the entertainment or anything where transformation is needed. India also looks at US as somebody who brings in modernization, the modern advanced techniques, and you will see these will continue. So the trends in healthcare, trends in um, bodybuilding, trends in movie making, film making will be followed by India the way US does it. We have started already noticing the rise of OTT platforms in India and they are going to continue. The telecom sector is way ahead in India and you will notice the implementation happening on a bigger level in India. So if you are a movie maker, filmmaker, documentary maker, you have great opportunity to work with American companies, companies from abroad like Netflix or Amazon Prime, in addition to various OTT platforms being launched in India. What they are looking for is the original idea, the local theme. If you are a movie maker or a person working in the creative industry in India, the trends are going to be lot of movies will be made related to wars, gang war, uh, the where there is a another segment of fascination or imagination. So you're going to see the rise in those type of movies where you will see in one part people are going after crime and police and chase related movies, and on the second hand they want to be in the dream world. They want to escape everything and look for something that gives peace of mind to them. If you have Mukta, if you have Uttara Bhadra Nakshatra, Rahu is going to transit into Uttara Bhadra Nakshatra, and for them, you will realize you have a lot of scope in terms of providing your wisdom. Anything that you are expert at will be valued, and you will get a chance to work with people where they expect you to have secrecy about it. So in the private environments, whether you are a doctor, you work in a hospital, whether you work with government, wherever you have to have extreme secrecy related to your work will be valued. Same way, if you have Purva Bhadra Nakshatra, you will be creating theories, you will be creating philosophies, or maybe lot of written work, documentation, which people will refer to in terms of seeking guidance. So Revati, Uttara Bhadra, and Purva Bhadra, all of them have one common angle, and that is communications and writing. And even though Mercury is debilitated in the sign of Pisces, it doesn't mean people don't have intelligence. In fact, people have intelligence and they are intelligent enough to understand when to reduce the analytical mind or questioning mind and have full faith in systems. And that is what is Pisces about. And Rahu is going to stay in Pisces till one more year from now. And in that whole 1 year, this is what the changes we will see. So if you have Pisces sign, there are two extremes that I usually notice now. Some people are really busy in delivering their work. Their workplace is buzzing with lot of opportunities, and on the other hand, there is another bunch who is kind of finding it difficult to find the right project, right work, or the job. But when Jupiter transits into Taurus, the situation is going to change. Saturn going into Purva Bhadra is also going to help all of you who are looking for new opportunities. So if you are a YouTuber, you're a you're an artist who has his own or her own studio doing freelancing work, all of you have lot of opportunities. Focus on the areas where people need original work, and as long as you deliver it, you have lot of opportunities. In terms of food, there is a global trend of following the food from other culture. India is seeing the rise of multi cuisine, and same way America is also noticing changes in terms of going towards vegetarianism and veganism, and that is going to continue. Those of you who have moon in Shatabisha, Saturn is still in Shatabisha for a couple days, and you will notice that stress and tension happening. And Rahu in Pisces, Shatabisha people will always feel about how they can bring out new ways of meditation, finding peace, writing or doing something that is extraordinary. Because Shatabisha is about Rahu's culmination where they are really talented people. But if they get into something too deep, they sometimes lose peace of mind. So for Shatabisha natives, it is important to have peace of mind. So start one activity each day where you feel happy about yourself. Maybe write gratitude journal, maybe help somebody in the morning and then start your day. That will give you a lot of confidence about your own abilities, and you will be able to work better during the day. And for all Shatabisha natives, the only trap is about addiction. So stay away from excessive binge watching. Anything excess, avoid it. If you stay away from drinking and smoking, it is always advisable for Shatabisha natives. We spoke about the student visas, the academics and the fields and the careers that will have lot of scope. We spoke about food. You will notice rise in bringing in foreign foods into United States. So if you are a if you businessman who owns a business of exporting food or food items from India to United States, you will see rise in that business. So look at the local foods, original foods, foods that have been around in India for a long time, and you will see a rise in export of those to either United States or other countries. And the reason is not just because Indians have gone abroad and settled abroad. Rather, the foreign cultures showing interest in different type of food, and that is the reason you will see uh, this rise. You will find many markets keeping international foods, and the aisles will be increasing. So if you are in the food business, look for the food that is around for a long time and bring the variations of that food and use it for export business. In next 1 year, I see people working with the government in a positive way and bringing out best in all the businesses. This is a good opportunity to work in all kind of businesses. And I'm going to talk about the business where people are, usually don't choose this as a business, but whether you are a photographer, whether you are an artist, or you are actually into manufacturing, there will be great opportunity about creating memories of your loved ones who are no more. So, pictures, sculptures, or any souvenir or any atom that you want to create in memory of your loved one who is no more will be always increasing. For example, you had a dog as a pet, and the dog is no more. There will be various ways you want to have the memory of that dog, and you will see people coming up with various ways of creating images, portraits, or pictures on the wall. You can also see same way for human beings, people come up with various ways of memorizing, bringing the memories alive for their loved ones who are no more. So there will be reunions, there will be lot of get-togethers, there will be functions in the memory of their loved ones, and people want to do something different than others in these kind of get-togethers. Also, many people will be interested in doing rituals for their ancestors. So you will see a rise in travel and tourism to the places where they do Shraddha, Pindadan, or the rituals for the ancestors. Yes, mobile is a form of Rahu Ketu, and people are already into excess. They are going over the social media relentlessly, and this is a type of addiction where you will see rise at least for a year until people realize that it's time to let go of this. But this is based on your own lagna and moon placement. And those of you who have moon or sun conjunct Rahu, you will notice they are somehow prone to these things. And you have to take measurements, you have to take action by understanding that you are not going to be on the phone or on um, the device for a long time. The best way to take help from Saturn, if I speak astrologically, just whenever you start scrolling your social media, set a timer and get into the habit of not to override that timer. Please don't ignore that timer because it is not good for you. All of us as human beings, we crave for social interaction, but social interaction is not what you see on your social media or your phone. It is the live interaction. You need to see the person, touch the person, and hear them live, watch them live. This is what we are craving. Pisces is a sign of emotions and very high emotions. Even though it is about spirituality, it is about the human connection through emotions. And hence, you will notice people will try various ways, various outlets by which they can connect to other people, the society, their loved ones, their friends and relatives in person. So if you are somebody or a businessman working in the industry of event management, this is a great opportunity for you. Whether you are living in India or here, make it a point to create different avenues by which people can stay away from mobile devices at least for few hours. You can create such workshops, you can create such trainings, or you can create such reunions by which people come there, meet strangers or completely different people or even their friends, and spend time in emotional connections. Artificial intelligence can eventually take away all the physical work, but the replacement of human connection will be very difficult because human mind is very complex and it has that randomness which is difficult to program. It can happen eventually, but not in near future, definitely not in next 1 year. So those of you who are working in the fields of psychology, psychiatry, whereby you work with human minds, you will see a lot of rise in that. Travel, tourism, the health industry related to yoga and spirituality, people working in the brain and the mind space, people working in the food industry, people who are also working in the fields of emotional connections where creativity comes into picture. Uh, you will see lot of changes and lot of rise. If you have nakshatras of Jupiter, for example, Vishakha, Purvabhadra, or Punarvasu, you will notice people will go into various alternative means of transportation. So, if you are a person who is in the transportation industry, like buses, trucks, planes, trains, or any public transport, you will see a rise in that. You will notice people are more concerned about the safety and they want to know how they can find their own comfort in public transport. Um, Thank you, all of you who have been giving encouragement and support. I appreciate that. Sorry, I was working with Jupiter Nakshatras. So if you have Punarvasu, you will notice you will be responsible for taking people safely from one point to another, whether it's in your project, at your work, or literally being a driver, taking people from one place to another. If you have Vishakha Nakshatra, you will notice there will be two opportunities which are mutually opposite coming in front of you. But choose the one that gives you peace of mind. Vishaka will always give you gains, monetary gains. Do not worry about that. Choose what connects with your mind more. Because Vishaka people go through the turmoil of did I do it right or I should have taken something else. Always remember grass is greener on the other side. So don't worry about what choice you didn't make. Just work with the choice that you have already made and move forward. If you have nakshatra of Purva Bhadra, Saturn is going to come to Purva Bhadra and you will feel that pressure. Purva Bhadra is the last nakshatra of Jupiter. So usually these natives get a chance of crossing a line where they stop their moral and ethical practices. Please don't do that. When Saturn comes to this nakshatra, all the illegal ways can be stopped, and that is a going to be certain thing for you. Make sure you choose the right thing. All your philosophies, all your principles should be for the betterment of humanity. Purvabhadra natives, money making is their final aim. So make sure you work for money and set aside maybe Saturday to do your donations and volunteer work. Otherwise, you will always feel depletion of energy and you will feel you are not being valued. Jupiter wants to work with masses. So please make sure you do not have any criteria at least for a few days when you accept people at your workplace. Definitely don't separate them or distinguish them based on the religious background because Purvabhadra has that fanatism where you will find people getting to the other side where they are fanatic about their religion. Fortunately, Hinduism and Hindutva is very broad. We have never gone to other countries or other places and tried to convert people from other religion to Hinduism. We respect all religions, but we take lot of pride in practicing our own religion. Feel free to visit all the temples wherever you are living away from India. Most countries have places of worship like various temples. Go to the temple that you have faith in and worship. Set aside a time where you would chant certain nakshatra mantras, bija mantras, or whatever your family has been practicing. Worshipping your Kula Devata is always advised. Do that, continue it, and you can find various ways to find peace of mind. Pisces is also sign about that donates your feet. So if you are somebody who are planning to take part into marathons, run long distance, walk long distance, or climb any mountain any kind of expeditions like that, this is great time for you. This whole 1 year, or even when Rahu came into Pisces, people have started taking such expeditions, and now they will continue doing that. With Saturn coming into Purvabhadra, Saturn is about your feet, your bones. Continue walking, continue running, whatever your health permits. If you have some health issues, talk to your doctor, physician, and then implement these things. But working with your feet is always advisable. If you are somebody who is into related to traditional dances, whether it is Kathak, Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, any Indian ancient dance, cultural diversity, you have great opportunity with Saturn going into Purvabhadra and Rahu being still in Pisces. Make sure how you can promote Indian cultural dances to the other cultures, other countries. Find out a way. Maybe you can work with yoga studios, you can work with different gyms where people can accept or utilize your skills of dancing for fitness. And Rahu is going to great bring this opportunity for you. Always remember, any skill that you are practicing for a long time is going to give you a lot of success. Those of you who are trying to fake it for a while will be caught and will be basically, they won't be able to fake it anymore after this eclipse. Eclipses are not bad. In fact, it is a natural reset button that nature has given us. It is the time of immense energy, and use this energy for your good. If you're into any research that is related to oceans, water, this is a great time for you. Rahu is going to allow you to do all that research, in fact, come up with lot of great ideas to preserve water, conserve nature, and do your best work for the humankind. Those of you who are into manufacturing related to woodwork, or they work in crematory or smashans or anywhere where dead bodies are either cremated, burned down, or they are stored for research purposes, this industry is also going to thrive. So forensic related body preservation or analysis, people who are working with dead bodies to do research, this industry is also going to increase. The way the cremation ceremony will be done, or the people are buried, the storage device will also change. You will notice a big change the way hospital ambulances operate. The beds in hospitals, in general, design of beds in the households, they are going to take a different dimension in this next year. You might have already noticed that people have changed their uh, beds, mattresses, or they are making alternate arrangements related to sleep, because sleep has been one of the important factors that is disturbing many people, and you will notice a rise in this industry. So if you are somebody who owns a furniture shop, who owns a shop related to mattresses, you will see rise in your business. Take all the steps to promote your business, market your business, because Purva Bhadra is a nakshatra where Jupiter tries to go into marketing and promoting own ideas. It is just not about having those ideas, but they will be promoted. So make sure you take those efforts and you will see rise in your business. If you have any questions related to your area of work, feel free to write down. If you write it now, I'll answer. If you write it later, I'll get back to you on that. If you have nakshatras of Venus, for example, Bharani, Purva Falguni, and Purvashada, these natives are right now busy with their relationships. Relationships are getting complex for them, and that is driving their money making. The whole basis of making money, earning more is for the relationship for nakshatras of Venus. Use your art, use your understanding of human relations, and use your understanding of equality to promote your business, promote your work, or promote yourself. Usually, people can have artistic abilities, so they can be writers, singers, dancers, or they deal with some kind of design and manufacturing. If you are into that area, you will see a rise in your business if you work for the industries I have mentioned before. If you have nakshatras of moon, for example, Rohini, Hasta, and Shravan nakshatra, these people are going through multiple effort cycle for the work they want to do. One try is not giving them success, and this can be hard on you because moon is a very impressive planet. Easily the society or other people put their expectations on these people who have nakshatras of moon. If you have moon in Rohini, you will try to do something original. It doesn't work, so you will try to forward the messages, forward the copies of something who have others have created. And hence, people with nakshatras of moon, remember the only remedy for you is have faith in yourself and share your earnings, share your craft with others. Donating food is another great remedy for moon nakshatras. Whenever somebody visits you, make sure you feed them. Let me go through the questions. Give me just a second. Okay, for people who have Uttarashada nakshatra, Uttarashada, let us start with the nakshatra of sun. Uttarashada is a nakshatra of sun along with Uttara Falguni. So if you have nakshatra and Kritika, so if you have nakshatras of sun in your horoscope with Rahu being in Pisces, Saturn being in Purvabhadra nakshatra, its own sign, there is always pressure of how am I going to succeed. Sun nakshatras are about leadership and having their own image. And this position makes it little difficult for Sun nakshatras to have their image. But remember one thing, Sun rules sign of Leo and Saturn is 7th from Leo right now. So whatever hard work you have done before and you are doing now will be rewarded. In fact, if you have Leo sign, you are noticing the highest perks. You are going to get success, you are going to get rewarded, but you will have to do little more work for that. And remember, you have to support others to get that work done. Because you are a king, your success comes when you support your people. So if you own a business, hire more people, make sure you take care of them well. And if you are working, make sure you respect your boss. And in personal life, you respect your father or anybody who has helped you learn new things and be on your own. Okay, let me go through a couple more questions. Mm, okay. Okay. Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Moon, they are done. Now let us start with the nakshatras of Mars. If you have Mars nakshatra like Mrugashira, Dhanishta, then remember Mars is about being there and taking action. Support your friends and take action. Do not just keep thinking and analyzing. It is not the Mars portfolio. And first thing, work towards your own health. Have a regime about maybe you can walk for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can do. The kind of exercise that helps you, you can do regularly, do it. How small it is doesn't matter, but have a routine about your exercise, whether it is meditation, whether it is pranayama, or whether it is doing sun salutation, Surya Namaskar, do it. Anything, set a timer and then do it. This is the best thing because Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn. So set a timer and follow that discipline. You will notice as long as you are working and supporting others, you will have success. Do not waste your time in thinking and analyzing too much. Um, for those of you who are giving me the birth date here, please write in the email. My email is iamsonalijoshi@gmail.com. Please don't keep those date of births and the details in the comments. So Mars always has one doubt, and the doubt is about, am I doing it the right thing? Because Mars is a planet where people jump into something without thinking about the consequences. But as long as they are on the right side, they're helping others, they're supporting others, supporting humanity, Mars helps you win all the wars. Whether it is a war about your own internal war of doing the right thing, whether it is the war about succeeding into something, or whether it is about taking side of the right person. It is about respecting the boundaries. It is about protecting. It is about creating secure shelters. So if you have Mars Nakshatra, donate to any shelters, donate to hospitals where people are cured, where people are supported. And Mars Nakshatra people will always do good. Pisces in general, Jupiter works very well with Mars. Jupiter works well with Sun. Jupiter works well with Moon Nakshatra. So these people will not have that many issues. The things will be done very soon. If you have nakshatras of Ketu, to those of you who don't know much about astrology, Ketu has lot of say in the Pisces sign because Ketu is Moksha Karaka and that is its final destination. So if you have nakshatra of Ketu, all your donations that you do in this year will give you a lot of peace of mind. Ketu nakshatras come with their own baggage. Ashwini, Maga, or Mula, they come with their own baggage of, you know, do people respect me? Do I know it well? But understand, these are the nakshatras of healing. They have various ways of healing people. Ashwini is a feeling, physical level healing. Magha is on a monetary level healing. And Mool Nakshatra is about spiritual healing. So if you have nakshatras of Ketu, actually go and volunteer and support people. Be part of any group, be part of any team where they are doing free workshops, free volunteer work for people who are uh, underprivileged. Help them and it will give you a lot of success. Usually Ketu people uh, are in programming or programming languages, translation. They are into transformative industries and healing industry like meditation, yoga, martial arts. You can also be into travel and tourism. You can also somebody who is interested in another culture, another religion. Maybe you translate those things for your local people. Ketu does really well in Capricorn as well because it is the highest karma. So whatever work you do on a daily basis, do not focus on the end result, but focus on the process. Take the joy of that process, take the joy of working with people, connecting with people. These natives are usually traveling, they have travel kind of job or business, or they are working in the industry where people are working from different places. The Ketu's whole purpose is to keep you detached from what you do. And once you understand that, you'll be able to do very well. Now, let me talk about nakshatras of Saturn. Saturn being in own sign in Aquarius, the nakshatras of Pushya, Anuradha, and Uttarabhadra. with Rahu's presence in Pisces create a different scenario. And that scenario is about confusion. And that is a tough part for natives who have Saturn nakshatras. And I'll explain the reason. If you have Pusha nakshatra, you're always thinking about providing emotional security, right boundaries, and respect. But what you're looking for is your image, how you come across as a person to do those things. And usually people look at you and say, you have a lot of discipline. People who have Saturn nakshatras, and if the nakshatra is beneficial to you, you are always known as the person who has highest discipline. And on the other hand, if that nakshatra is not performing well in your horoscope, people will find it hard to have faith in you because you do not have any discipline. So, Saturn natives who are watching this video, get one thing very clear. You have to have discipline in at least one part of your life, whether it is job, whether it is education, or your personal life. You have to decide, I am going to have discipline. I will wake up at certain time, I will sleep at certain time, and this is at least one task or two tasks I will do each day. Yep. Nidin music, you're right. Anybody who has Ketu's nakshatra, they are bringing in the healing powers. And thank you for mentioning it here. And I'm glad you're helping so many people. Hello, Michelle from Philippines. Thank you for joining this live chat. And you're Virgo. So your star is basically, main star is Mercury, and your job is service industry. People who have Virgo sign, they are usually into service industry. It can be healthcare, it can be insurance, or it can be hotel management or restaurant food management. But these people will always do lot of service, hands-on work, and help others. So Saturn nakshatras make sure discipline is your keyword, and you already understand what are the issues, what are the troubles of people who are somehow either they have physical issues, they have issues related to money, or they have issues related to not being able to add peace of mind. So Saturn is the foundation of the society where people work very hard. They have to have a lot of patience and they have to have discipline to create the whole life for others. So your domestic health, anybody who is into security, anybody who is into timekeeping, who does night shift or works in shifts, they all have influence of Saturn. Saturn rules over time. And hence, people who have Saturn nakshatras have to remember that they are creating foundation for others and it will take time. So you will always choose the field that takes long time for education. You will choose the kind of work which requires long hours of work. Lawyers, judges, people who are into hierarchical organizations, they always have to put in more time. And understand you are creating the foundation for other people. You are helping others live their life peacefully. And this is a great thing. For Saturn Nakshatras, always remember if you have that discipline which you are supposed to have, the rewards will be always higher. And now with Rahu Nakshatras, if you have Nakshatras of Aradra, then Swati and Shatabhisha, your only word is less is more. Do not get carried away with anything that you are doing and go on to the binge eating, binge watching, or continuously fearing about something excessively. Any kind of excess, please avoid. Use your clock, timer, to stop you from doing anything that is in excess. People who have Rahu Ketu nakshatras, they get those nakshatras for a reason. You are born for a reason. And most likely you are born because your ancestors want you to give something. So you will notice people who have nakshatras of Rahu, they get something from others. And who have nakshatras of Ketu, they're already given something and they are supposed to share it with others. And these are both good qualities. As long as you are working in the realm where you are helping people, supporting people, and doing good things for the humanity. And those of you who are working in the chemical industry, those who are working um, in the industries like pesticides or wherever we use certain poisonous chemicals, obviously we disturb the balance of nature, we disturb the natural ecosystems, and in turn, we all have to pay for it. But remember, try to use these things as less as you can. Stay away from all kinds of addictions and excess, and Rahu Nakshatras will always get success. You will choose a work. This is different from all your friends or batchmates are doing. If you have Rahu or Ketu Nakshatras, and it is for a reason. To run the society, we need people to do different things. We need lawyers, doctors, engineers. We need people in the service industry. We need people in the um, service sector like hotel, restaurant, food management. We need people in manufacturing. We need people to protect our country's border. Army, navy. We need people for military. And when people are born with different nakshatras and different Rashi, they are born here for a purpose, and few will change their career through spanning through interdisciplinary thing. But you are here to do something for the society. Understand that. You have astrologers, doctors, managers, or um, somebody who is taking care of businesses in order to do service towards humanity. Give the direction. If you are person of many planets are in the Jupiter nakshatra, you will create theories, you will create philosophies that other people will follow. If you have Venus nakshatras, you will create artistic things or any systems or anything as a project, as a product, which will give joy and happiness to others. If you have Moon nakshatras, you will ultimately create something which gives peace of mind to people. They will feel stable, they will feel valued. If you have Sun nakshatras, you will support people in a way that they feel respected in turn. Saturn serves the foundation. Ketu is into healing. So understand the horoscope that you get, the planets you get, they are for a reason. Your soul has chosen it. And this is your pending karma for this life. Every planet vibrates on a higher and a lower frequency. And higher frequency is about supporting and helping others, and lower frequency is about just thinking about own self. And we have a choice. There is so much choice that many people in the society are given. I want all of you not to study astrology or look at astrology videos out of fear or greed, but look at these videos as a way, as a guideline to live your life happily and live your life with lot of conviction and faith. Pisces is a sign of faith. Start trusting. Let me go through the questions one more time. Just okay. Yeah, for Revati Nakshatra, Revati is about communications. So the best remedy is start writing a journal or start connecting with the friends whom you have lost touch with. Thank your mentors, and that is going to serve you lot of good things. Let me check it. Okay. Yeah, when I say the word give more control to Saturn, it means have discipline and have faith in working towards gaining something. Rahu is about finding loopholes and finding shortcuts. It is okay to find loopholes and shortcuts up to a limit. But when you cross the boundary of doing things illegally, that's where issues start coming. If you want to ask any questions, please go ahead and ask that question. We have 5 more minutes before I end this live session. To those of you who are looking for chanting some mantras, chanting Revati Nakshatra's mantra is always helpful today. The Bija mantra is you can chant today or always is Om Sham Om Lam Om Vam Om These are the sounds that you can always chant. You can chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You can also worship Lord Shiva. Worship anything that your mind tells you. Have faith in that fully. And those of you who don't belong um, to the Hindu religion or have practiced some other religion or are atheists, they can always serve humanity. Follow your own scriptures, own religious texts, or you can always donate towards the charities, the organizations that help human beings have better life. The Nakshatra Bija mantra is about the sounds. The sounds will always create kind of energy which is helpful to you and your physical body and your mind. Those of you who have um, some information about the chakras, these are the mantras, these are the chants, these are the sounds that work with particular chakra, and hence it improves the understanding, it improves peace of mind, and it gives you a direction in life. The eclipse has already started in the United States and it will reach the totality very soon. When I started this video, the sun was really bright outside, and now after an hour, I can see the change. Maybe there are some clouds, but it's still very sunny, and I can see the change in the shade. We will reach the totality of the eclipse soon. Do your research, do your work that you love and can have focus on in this time frame. Eclipses are time of high energy. Do anything that is for the betterment of humanity in supporting someone. Donate after the eclipse. I have already shared a video where I mentioned about, depending on your Rashi and Lagna, what kind of donation you can do. And if you don't know your Rashi, don't know your ascendant or Lagna, donate food. Food is the basic necessity. Please donate food, donate to local food shelter, donate to um, any way you can donate food. Basic food and water is always uh, advised. If somebody is looking for how the best date to transfer house, nakshatra of moon is the best date usually, and you can go through the calendar, go through the panchang to find that time and date. I think I have answered most of the questions. If there is anything left, I'll try to do it later. Thank you for joining this live stream. And for next 30 seconds, please join me. At least close your eyes and think about something that gives you energy, that gives you positivity, and that gives you the right way to understand others. For me, it is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Dhanyawad. Thank you. Thank you for joining this. I appreciate all of your support and love that you shower.